Whiskey!
1, 2, 3 whiskey. Do you have any?
No.
Oh, me neither.
I drank it.
I forgot my flask.
All right, we got it. Now let's get in the subway. All right?
I forgot my flask. Did you bring a flask?
Flasks?
Yeah. We're trying to get drunk. Jane, when's the last time you took the subway?
I'm not sure I ever have.
You're not sure you ever have?
No, I'm not sure.
What an honor for me to take the first ever subway ride with Jane Goodall.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it.
This is incredible. What I think about New York, I think about the concrete jungle, which is very similar, maybe, to the regular jungle.
I doubt it.
You doubt it? It's not very similar?
No, because the New York jungle gives out CO2 emissions. My jungle takes them in.
Right.
Big difference, right?
This jungle is very bad for the environment.
Yep.
When you come to New York, what is your favorite food that you eat? Do you grab a slice of pizza or do you grab a hot dog? Oh, no, you don't grab hot dogs. Vegetarian.
Well, wherever I go, I like things like Indian takeaway.
Indian takeaway?
Yeah, I
Indian
don't
food?
like restaurants.
You don't like restaurants?
They waste money.
Why waste money? So you cook your own meals?
No, just get a takeaway. It's cheaper.
The takeaway is cheaper than going out and sitting down.
Much cheaper.
Have you been coming here for a long time?
Oh, for New York? Years and years and years and years and years.
Years and years and years and years.
Yes. I mean, I'm 90. Come on, I'm 90.
You're 90?
Yes.
That's a beautiful triumph. Do you consider it a triumph?
No.
No, it just is what it is.
Just what it is.
You know, what's really interesting is I've known your name since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 38. So I've known your name for 37 years, which is fascinating to me because your work is so profound and inspiring and impactful, but I think it's a testament to how well you've done for the world and the environment that as a little boy, I knew your name.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
I think it's interesting.
Probably thanks to National Geographic.
Probably thanks to National Geographic. I saw a lot of pictures of you with chimpanzees.
Yeah.
And you look pretty good. You look pretty good. I was smitten. I was smitten back then.
Well, you know, there was a story there that the scientists, because when I began, I had no degree. I hadn't been to university. And I began talking about, everything scientists felt about animals was wrong. They thought we were the only beings on the planet, humans, who had personality, mind, and emotion, which, of course, is rubbish.
Right.
So they were absolutely mad when I got on the cover of National Geographic and people began to know who I was. And they said, well, she's only there because she's got good legs.
No.
So if somebody said that now, they'd be sued, right?
I mean, they would be more than sued.
Back then, I said to myself, well, all I want to do is go and study the chimps. And if my legs are helping me get money to do it, good legs.
So you said, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. It's okay with me.
As long as I can get to do what I want to do.
So there was a lot of sexism. I mean, there's still sexism in science.
Yes. Much less.
Much less these days, though.
Yeah.
And when you were breaking into that, they did actually say things like that too?
Oh, yeah. Some of them were being complimentary, and some of them were really being extremely nasty.
You know that lady from Jurassic Park?
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever seen the movie Jurassic Park?
No.
Oh.
I don't see movies.
You don't see?
I don't have time.
You don't see any movies?
Well, very rare.
I was going to ask you what your favorite movie was, but...
My favorite movie is Lord of the Rings.
Wait, Lord of the Rings, that's a good movie.
I love it.
Wait, I have to say, I can't believe you've never seen the movie Jurassic Park.
No, I haven't.
You know what it's about, though, right?
Yeah, vaguely.
They take DNA out of a mosquito. They take dinosaur DNA out of a mosquito, and then they create a theme park filled with dinosaurs, real living dinosaurs.
That I knew.
So Laura Dern, I think that character in Jurassic Park was based on you. That's my theory.
Well, maybe
that's my theory.
Maybe it was.
I mean, look at the photos. You guys look very similar. I think it's possible.
Maybe.
We'll have to pull it up.
There you are. That's your theory. Now prove it.
I will prove it. You want me to prove it right now?
No. How can you prove it right now? You can't.
Oh, I can prove it. I have the internet at my disposal. I think they based this outfit and this vibe on you. What do you think?
It's much better looking than
She's not much better looking than you. I would say that you guys are equals. So this is the home of the New York subway rat. Which you have, that's not a New York rat, right?
No, this is a giant forest rat.
It's a giant forest rat. And what's that rat's name?
Ratty.
Ratty.
Ratty. I was born loving animals, all animals. I had no television when I was born 90 years ago. So I learned from nature. But I also love books.
You loved books.
And I saved up my money and I used to spend Saturday afternoon in a little second-hand bookshop. This was during World War II.
Wow.
So I just had saved up enough money and I found this little book called Tarzan of the Apes. No films back then. So I had just enough money to buy it and I read it. Of course, I fell in love with that glorious Lord of the Jungle. And what did he do? Married the wrong Jane.
He did. Oh my goodness.
He's following me around making a film called The Real Jane or Chasing Jane.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
Have you been in any other films? Will this be the first film?
No.
No.
I'm doing one with Leo DiCaprio.
He's producing it.
And it's going to be not a real Jane, an actress Jane.
Who's acting as Jane?
We haven't found one yet.
I'll do it. I'll be Jane.
You can't be Jane. Sorry.
Why not? You know what? Let's get serious about it. Why not?
Well, because I think that you don't quite look like Jane.
I don't look like Jane at all.
You don't talk like Jane.
I don't talk like. I don't talk
And
like Jane.
I think whatever we did to your face, it still wouldn't look female.
They'd have to shave me down quite a bit.
Yes, and also your hair isn't quite right.
No, it's not. It's not like Jane.
Your eyes are the wrong color.
There's a lot wrong with me.
Your nose is the wrong shape.
There's a lot wrong with what I look like in terms of playing Jane in a movie.
So you'd have to more or less play one of my husbands.
One of them.
I had two.
Which one should I play?
You don't look like either. Sorry, you're actually out of the film. Bad luck.
So what's your take?
Well, I think, the thing is that young people have such an important role to play, and they don't know how to play it. And that's my job.
100% agree.
Yeah.
What do they got to do?
Well, they're the next generation. We, the older generations, have messed up the planet. We need to help them, give them the tools, give them the confidence, and encourage them, inspire them, and empower them to choose projects to do that they care about. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's clearing the subway. This looks very clean to me, by the way.
It's pretty clean. Today it's pretty clean. Usually, I'll say, this is a clean train car.
Yeah, it looks like a London tube.
But you know what? The air conditioning's running a little high.
Yeah.
Do you use air conditioning?
Yes. No.
You do? No.
Never.
You never use air conditioning?
Even in Africa, we have fans.
It's really hot in Africa.
Yeah, can be.
And so you use just fans?
In my house, we use fans.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So I have heard from various sources that you're a dog lady.
I love dogs.
And as a cat person...
And my son is a cat person.
Does that cause conflict in the family?
No, not a bit.
Not a bit?
No.
Has he ever tried to convince you to become a cat person?
No, because I love cats too.
But you don't love them
It's
as much
just
as
that
dogs?
Well, dogs to me are my thing,
Why?
Because when I was young, I had a dog who was a teacher.
The dog was a teacher?
Yes, he taught me that when I went to Cambridge years later and was told that only humans had personality, mind, and emotion, I knew that was rubbish because my dog taught me that when I was young.
How did he tell you?
You've got cats. Do they have personality?
Yes.
Do they have minds?
Yes.
Do they have emotions?
Yes.
Well, there you are. You've answered the question.
Okay. I like it. That's very spiritual. Are you a spiritual person?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Well, I don't know what to call this great spiritual power, but I believe there's a great spiritual power.
Has your relationship with God changed over the years, or has it remained consistently the same?
When I was young, I was brought up as a Christian. My grandfather was a congregational minister. So, I used to go to church, but we weren't a super religious family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of forgot about it when I was young. Then back in the forest in Gombe, I rediscovered this strong spiritual connection with the natural world.
In the forest?
In the forest.
So to you, the God force is nature?
Well, no, but it's like, even the most famous scientists today are saying that there is an intelligence behind the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And you could call that God or Tao or all the different religions, I think, are the same.
Yeah.
And they all have the same main thing: do to others as you would have them do to you. And if we lived by that, what a different world it would be.
And if we extended that to non-humans?
Yes, which we should. I do.
You do, but I don't think a lot of people do.
No, they don't.
For some reason, as a culture, as a global culture, we have decided that animals are lesser than.
That's right. And that there's problems like I know here in the subway, there's problems with rats. Well, the only reason is that food scraps get thrown away and rats are highly intelligent. So, hey, here's a food source. And because they breed faster than we do, luckily, then they get to be too many. But I carry Ratty with me for every lecture. I bring up Ratty. He's a giant forest rat, and they have been trained to detect landmines buried under the soil.
Trained?
After an African conflict. I've watched them being trained, and they're just amazing. Some of them are being trained to, like if there's been an earthquake, being little guys, they can wriggle around underneath, and they detect people who are still alive.
Oh, they find people in the rubble?
Yes.
Wow.
And then they have a little bell around their neck, and they stand up and they ring it.
No.
Yes.
You've seen this?
Yes, I have.
That's incredible.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So rats are incredibly intelligent animals.
Yes, and you think so too, don't you?
Of course I do.
So, they're multiplying because they're intelligent enough to know there's food here.
Yeah.
So if people stop throwing away bits of food, you wouldn't have a rat problem.
That's true. I don't think that it is a rat problem. I think that it's a rat. I don't think it's not their problem. They're just living.
Yeah.
They're vibing.
And look at the explosion of the human population. Just the same.
Yeah, it's biological. Survival. I read another interesting thing about you, which is that you potentially believe that there may be a Bigfoot or Sasquatch.
Well, there could be.
There could be.
There's stories about it in every country
In the world.
in the world.
Wow.
I wouldn't say every
enough.
country, but
Yes.
every region.
And you've never seen one?
No.
Do you want to see one?
Oh, yes.
What would you say to him? Or her?
I don't think they would understand me.
Well, what if they did?
If they did, I don't know what I'd say. I'd have to wait and see who it was.
I'd probably say, don't do your taxes. I'd say, don't get a social security number. Stay off the grid.
Yeah, like some of the...
Don't do any interviews with the press. You gotta stay hidden, man.
That's right.
And I'll say, get a haircut, you hippie.
Well, there's things more important than Bigfoot. Like, people are fed up with politics, right? So they don't want to vote.
Right.
And the more people who don't vote, the more serious it can be. And young people especially, they're depressed, they're fed up, they're angry. So what I'm trying to say to them is, you do care about your future. You need politicians out there. You need to vote for the one who's most likely to care for the environment, is just caring for your future.
And that's what we're doing
We
this.
have this sign.
Vote for nature. Vote for Mother Earth.
Vote for Mother Earth. Vote for your future
All of you people,
and
vote
the
for your
future
future.
of your children.
Where'd you get that sign?
I got it from Jeff Horowitz. We're partners.
Thank you, Jeff Hurwitz, for the sign. That's amazing.
His daughter made it.
Oh, his daughter made it. And it's all recycled materials. It looks like...
Of course, it came from a dumpster.
That came from a dumpster?
Yes, it came from a dumpster.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You didn't even have to buy a piece of cardboard. Why would you buy cardboard?
Yeah, we have to start thinking like that.
We do.
We must think like that. We must think about waste. We must think about pollution. We must think about... So it's so much better to take a subway than drive in a car.
Yeah. We must think about waste. We must think about pollution. We must think about how we transport ourselves.
Yes, we must.
We must think about the things that we're using that we don't need.
That's right. We mustn't buy things that we don't want.
No.
And, people buy stuff because it's cheap and they buy too much, then they waste it. Human waste is a huge problem.
They think it's going to make them happy.
Yes.
But what's going to make them happy is being able to go to the forest.
That's right.
And have a good time with their friends.
Or to the ocean or wherever they want. Young people today, they want to help, but they don't know what to do.
100% agree. A lot of young people feel helpless and hopeless.
Helpless and hopeless.
But that's not how they need to feel.
No, they need to feel. We have to empower them. We sometimes educate them, help them to understand that each and every one of them makes an impact on the planet every day, and they can choose. And that's why I started my program, Roots and Shoots. It's for children of all ages. It's in 71 countries and growing. The last country was Ukraine.
Wow.
And if you think how the children there, I know because I grew up in World War II. I grew up with bombing. I grew up with people being killed. I know how the children of Ukraine will be feeling. So having the program there, which is about choosing projects to make the world a better place, that's so important.
100% agree. Oh, is this my stop? Oh, this is my stop. I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It was
right.
great to meet you.
Lovely meeting you. Bye.
You honestly look great today. Like well rested.
Wow.
I love when you wear a backwards hat.
Yeah. It's definitely a look. Although if you were to look closely, you would actually see that I've got a little bit of skin peeling, so it's kind of gross.
No. Oh no. I hate the skin. Is that obviously you don't have a chemical reaction to the air outside? It's probably a sun. You were on vacation.
Yeah. It's a sun thing. I forgot to pack facial moisturizer. So after getting straight up burnt on day one, I just sort of knew it was a ticking time bomb.
And they don't have facial moisturizer in Turks and Caicos?
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you are, but I don't trust putting body lotion on my face, which I know my face is part of my body, but I feel like it's a different sort of concoction. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. Here's the thing. If it's for your hair, I'm comfortable putting it on my skin. Like I have washed my body with shampoo. If I'm out of soap.
But is that
the act?
But is it the stuff made for shampoo, or is it the 3-in-1, which is basically just hair's just soap? Use it everywhere.
No, I've literally washed my body. If there's no soap, I mean, I think it's acceptable to wash your body with the same thing that you wash your hair with, because same kind of philosophy that you have. I know that your hair or your face is a part of your body, but I think it's more acceptable. But I would never, if it says body lotion, I'm not putting it on my face.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's more oily. And then you get zits.
I don't know. I mean, do you use anything on your face? I mean, I know you had the liquid IV thing, but what do you do?
I have a very simple routine. It's a man's routine. I only use moisturizer. So in the morning, I only wash my face with water. I have very neutral skin, meaning that it's not dry and it's also not oily. It's kind of perfect. And that's what the guy at Aesop told me. So I use a moisturizer, honestly, brand agnostic, whatever's available at Costco. 2 furs. They got 2 furs out there.
Nice.
So whatever's available, or at duty free on my way out. Sometimes if I'm coming back from a nice locale such as Paris, I bought moisturizer in Paris at the airport.
Just because you're I'm in Paris, they probably got the good shit, or you just ran out.
Clinique.
Nice. You know, by the way, they have Clinique in the U.S., by the way.
No,
You know
I
that,
know,
right?
but there's something about buying it in Paris. Well, the reason I bought it is because I was in a pinch. I like to put moisturizer on in the plane too, on my face before I enter the plane because it's so dry. These are little hacks, but honestly, the only thing I do for my face is keep it moisturized, and then I also apply an SPF, a very light SPF, maybe 15 to 20, to just add a layer of protection. That's all I
And
do.
and where'd you get these tips? Like this is like sourced from the internet? You borrowed this from your wife? Like, are you just like, oh, it's trial and error? I'm gonna try a whole bunch of shit. This works
I
out. By the way, not trying to hype you up, but like you do have really good skin.
Well,
You
I
do.
want to
You do.
protect the moneymaker. Like for
Right.
me, it's all about protecting the moneymaker. Like I
Right.
wasn't doing these things 5 years ago.
Is that why you walk around with a cup at all times?
Do I have a cup at all times?
I, I don't know. That also feels like the moneymaker. I feel like if
A
you're
cup?
as careful,
Like a homeless guy?
a cup? No, like a groinal cup.
Oh, like a nut cup.
Yeah, that's the moneymaker. In my mind, there's two moneymakers in a man's life. It's the nuts and it's the face.
Why do you think the nuts help make money? Because you have to
Well, I
have
mean,
high
that's
tea.
well, look, that's a high tea, low tea is a whole conversation.
Well, I think
but
tea is developed in the nutsack.
tea is 100%. It was 100% coming from the nuts.
Isn't
No
it?
question about it. Yeah, for sure. Where else would it come from?
Wait, I'm curious to understand why you think that the balls are so important. I really don't think that they're that important.
Look, it's the fountain of life. It's where life comes from. So it feels like there's just the energy, the flow. You know, when you're feeling good, probably high tea, probably ready to do business, probably ready to meet people, ready to be social, living life, enjoying life. Like when you meet someone and they're kind of like not doing that great, it's like probably have low tea. You might want to check that out. You know.
So this is more of a tea take and less of a nutsack take, but I guess it's connected because the tea comes from the nuts.
Yeah, the tea definitely comes from the nuts, man.
I would agree with that. I think people who have like I don't know where my tea level's at, but I think it fluctuates. I think sometimes I have high tea and some days I have low tea. And when I have high tea, I'm pretty great. It's like being on coke.
Which weirdly enough, I think actually probably is low tea.
What do you mean? Coke is low
Well,
tea?
because your dick does it. That's why they call it Coke dick. So that's
Right.
low tea.
Also, they changed the recipe, the cocaine recipe, and now it makes people sleepy or dead.
Yeah, it makes me really sleepy. That's why
It
I
makes
don't
me
do it,
really
actually.
sleepy.
Yeah.
I don't like it's not fun. You do I've literally I don't want to talk about this. I'm a father. I don't want to talk about this. I'm not talking about this anymore.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
We
Let's
shouldn't
not
talk about this. So you have dry skin on your face. I did notice that your sunglasses yesterday at the big shoot that we did, at the big A-list celebrity shoot that people will see. Actually, they've already seen a photo with Kate Blanchett. And the episode will probably be out. You had sand on your sunglasses, and I was a little embarrassed for you, not because it's like sloppy or dirty, but because it's kind of a Casey Neistat move.
Oh, dude, I can't believe I was actually thinking that when you were saying that. I was like, is he going to say that about me? And then it actually made me think about, and you may recall this because you're a YouTube OG digital kind of guy. Is Casey Neistat once did an entire episode about how he customizes every pair of Ray-Bans he buys, and I think it's like whiteout, and it was like a whole process, like a 15-minute video. And what it made it clear is like, oh, it's a little pretentious because it's like he wants the look of like I'm so casual. I don't care. My glasses are fucked up, but he spends hours every time he buys a pair. He does this whole process. I don't know if he still does it.
I think he does. That's so. I mean, I don't want to badmouth the guy, but that glasses thing is super loser core.
I know.
Like I obviously wear sunglasses all the time. I think that wearing sunglasses is cool, and I'm self-conscious about how often I wear them. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool to wear sunglasses, but to damage any of your goods intentionally to make them look worn in is kind of a loser move, especially when it's randomly just white out on the sunglasses. It's like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't think you need to. I think sunglasses look good when they're fresh. Like I think I understand someone wanting to de-stress their motorcycle jacket or their boots or like a fucking even a hat. You know, I like when my hat is sun faded. So I will intentionally, if I get a new baseball cap, I will wear it often. Like I'll wear it for like 2 weeks straight. I'll leave it outside. I make sure I wear it to the ocean, make it wet, put it out again. Like I'll make it wet 6 times. I'll try to fade it as quickly as possible. But something with the sunglasses is gross and weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, you like to treat your hats like baseball mitts. Like breaking
I
in
like
a
to
new
break
mitt.
it in.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it was like, because then how come you don't do the same thing with your leather jackets? You're a big leather jacket kind of guy, and I feel like you like to keep those crisp.
No. I don't intentionally keep it crisp, but I do think that the leather jacket, like I have a couple that are like vintage and they're just, they're damaged.
Right.
Can you hear my baby crying? I'm just curious.
No, I can't.
Oh, amazing.
Poor Sufi.
Great.
Poor Sufi.
No, it's day 2 of the nanny. So it's,
nice.
there's bound to be some growing pains. No, the leather jacket thing, I think, again, it's one of those things where it like depends on the vibe. Like I have at least 4 leather jackets. One of them seems really broken in because it's vintage. Another one is slightly broken in because it's also vintage. And then my new leather jacket, the newest of the bunch, is crispy simply because it's brand new. Like, what am I going to do? Run it over with my fucking car?
Yeah, you could. That's why you have a luxury car.
I also think that look is like very diesel.
It is very diesel. And I wonder if diesel's having a comeback, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I think it will have a comeback. I think diesel and all of those, a structure that doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think that exists anymore.
Yeah, actually, Structure was owned by Express, I believe, and they turned Structure into Express Men.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a big deal.
Were you a Mavi jeans kind of guy?
I don't know what Mavi jeans are.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was more of an
maybe they didn't
Anichi.
have that in Minnesota.
I was an Anichi kind of guy.
Oh. That's
Anichi is NYC. Did you know that?
I
Because it's
knew that,
spelled ENYCE, Anichi.
Look, you don't need to explain this to me. I'm down with the culture.
And then
I used to wear Sean John, but go ahead.
Evisu was fire. Remember Evisu jeans?
I do. With that sort of embroidery on the pockets.
Yes, that was fire, dude. I remember in college, there was a time where me and my friends bought all of our jeans based on how sick the pockets were. And we would compliment each other all the time. I'd be like, damn, those are sick pockets. And it was like a great bit, but we were also dead serious.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I would be
sure.
like, yo, those pockets are sick. And so, like, the crazier the pocket, especially the back, the cooler and more rare and interesting the jean was. So, like, Ed Hardy had nice pockets, and Nietzsche had nice pockets. Evisu had really nice pockets. True Religion, to some extent, you could tell they were True Religions by the pockets.
Yep.
Bathing Ape had nice pockets. LRG, kind of an OG brand.
Yep.
Lifted Research Group. But that's kind of what I was meddling with back in those days. I feel like you were probably a straight leg kind of guy.
No, I would.
No flair.
What the hell? No.
No Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, no Kendrick Lamar. I love that that's back. No, I was like a Mavi guy, a Diesel guy. I actually was just thinking about it when you're saying it's a bit like, because it was kind of a flex, because you could tell by the pockets.
To have a sick
like
pocket
what was going
flex.
on, right?
Yes.
It's like, yo, these jeans were like $250.
Yes.
What's up?
Yes.
I like that. It's like driving a car, except you're just walking around and it's your butt.
Oh, that's so fire. I mean, they should probably bring back sick pockets. I mean, they will come back.
Yeah, they have to.
And I remember I forgot what the brand was, like J something, like J Malone. I don't fucking know. It was like J Paper. Is it what it's called? I don't know. There was this jeans brand that, again, $250 a pair. First job out of college. I'm buying nice jeans. I buy maybe 2 pairs. And I start wearing them to the office. And I worked in this office that was a little bit, I would say the people there were a little older than me. I was definitely the coolest person, even though I was uncool. You know what I mean? Like, but I was the youngest. I was one of the youngest people.
Right.
And I was wearing jeans, and I was like, these are fly as hell. But then everyone was wearing jeans as well. But the people that were wearing jeans were wearing like faded, like Lee, like faded, baggy, poorly fitting, unflattering, like sloppy boys. You know, you see those sloppy guys.
Yeah, no.
Like their jeans
most people are sloppy, dude.
And that fat belly hanging over the thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the owner of the company was like, no more jeans. And I was like, dude, I'm not wearing khakis. I was like, I paid a lot of money for these jeans. And I continued wearing jeans until I was reprimanded by my supervisor, who was like,
How'd that conversation go? They're like, do you get an email? Was email at this time?
No.
Or are they like,
this was
so they
called
just
into
tap
the
you on the
office.
shoulder. They just like tap you on the shoulder, like, Kareem, we'd like, can you follow us to this conference room? We want to have a conversation. Is HR there, or is it just your boss?
It's just my boss, no HR.
And is your boss cool?
My boss was great. And he was just like, I'm looking out for you. You don't want to die on this hill. He's like, you have a pretty easy, cushy job, and so do I. This guy
That's where the truth comes out.
really was always, he was like a mentor to me, because what's crazy is that he was probably my age now, right? Like
Yeah.
he's 36 or 38, and he was really taking advantage. We were in the social media department. We were the heads of social media. He was the head of social media, and I was like the first. Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what my job was, like digital marketing strategist.
You were a
but we were the
personality hire.
No, dude, I knew exactly what I was doing. Nice. Digital marketing, easiest job in the world. And I was, but we were the whole department. So it would be like, oh, we'll send it to the social media group. And it was just me and him. But it was so easy to continue doing pretty much what I'm still doing, which is, or no, it's what our mutual good friend of the pod, Hassan Ali Khan, does, which is say a lot of big words in an order that makes not a lot of sense to a bunch of people that are very dumb, and then everyone thinks you're a genius.
Hey, look, it's a good way of getting bags, I have to say.
So I was doing Analyst Plus back then. And so my boss was like, you don't want to lose this very easy job where me and you can go to lunch for 3 hours and then hit Lifetime Fitness and get a couple reps in and leave at 4 p.m. and come to the office at maybe 9 or 10. He's like, we don't want to lose this. So maybe it's time you abandon the jeans. So I did.
Wow. And so you bent the knee. So what did you do? So you just started wearing khakis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a character arc.
Back then, those were also the days where you had going out clothes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you would get
100%.
like you and the boys were going out on Friday night and you would get a going out shirt.
Is this a button down, or were you
Of
a
course.
t-shirt kind of guy?
Yeah, no. If the going out shirt's always a button out, or it's like a really, really graphic tee.
Right.
Like
what kind of black shoes were you wearing? Because everyone was wearing black shoes. You and I both know that.
They were long and they were square-toed. Steve Madden. No, they were Stacey Adams. That was like the poor man Steve Madden. This is called Stacey Adams.
Oh, fuck.
They were available at JCPenney, Burlington Coat Factory, and Marshalls, Macy's, and such.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what that brand is.
Yeah, because you're not hood like me.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, you ain't hood like me, bro.
Yeah. I was rocking those Kenneth Coles.
Oh, those are a step up from Stacey Adams, but they're still like, I don't know. Let me ask you a question.
What?
If SubwayTakes was pitched a branded content partnership with Kenneth Cole and the bag was reasonably sized, what would you say? What would be the first thought in your head?
Oh, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Oh, you would be fully not self-conscious about doing an ad for Kenneth Cole.
No, I think it would be fucking sick, actually. I think it would be sick.
Wait, is Kenneth Cole kind of tight? I don't remember.
Dude, it's fucking lit, man. My entire closet at one point, going out shirts, was actually Kenneth Cole.
Is Kenneth Cole equal to like Hugo Boss? Is that like the same zone?
I think, well, it depends, because like Hugo, like there's many levels to Hugo Boss. I actually don't know if they still have them, because I haven't shopped there in a very long time. But there was like a Hugo Boss Red Line. There's like Boss. There's Hugo Boss. It's like very like Armani Exchange,
yeah,
etc. So look, there's a price point for every man. But no, I don't know, man. Kenneth Cole just feels like if you sort of know, you know. And if they're trying to make a comeback, I want to be part of it. You know, I want to be part of that oral history.
That's great. That's crazy that Kenneth Cole is if you know, you know.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, and we know. We certainly know.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't talked about this, but it's very, very much what you're asking. But it actually did happen. Is the fact that we could not move forward with this Popeyes brand partnership was devastating for me. You actually don't know how sad I was, because when I got the email, which I was on holiday and was, I think, the only real email I was like really just pinging back and forth. I could think you could tell like I was so fast on email. So I was like, oh my God, we can't lose this deal.
Did you tell Malou immediately?
Oh, she was with me.
And you were like, and you did like a fist, you were like, yes, and you like pumped the fist.
I started shaking. I was so excited. I swear to God, she has pictures of me, like the happiest I've ever been. The happiest I've ever been, being like, oh my God, we've made it. Like, forget about Jane Goodall coming on the show. Forget about knowing that we were going to record with, Kate Blanchett on Monday. The way that I knew that our show had actually made it was when we had gotten an inbound from Popeyes. And I literally was like, oh my God, I manifested this.
Because your relationship with Popeyes is fairly religious. Like, you are like a lunch Popeyes guy, you're a dinner Popeyes guy, you're a delivery Popeyes guy, which I think is crazy. I don't know about your breakfast habit, Popeyes, but like if there was a frequent flyer club for Popeyes, you would be a million miler probably at this point.
Oh, a million percent. It goes all the way back to like my university days.
Yeah, so we got an email. I was kind of excited. I would do it for the culture and just I have a love. I'm kind of like, Trump, in that I love American kind of fast food. I think it's really fun. Maybe I'm not like Trump. I don't like it that much. Although I did just have a breakfast sandwich recently from somewhere that had a drive-through. But it is devastating, especially because they have that new collab.
Pickle collab.
Oh, I was talking about the Ramadan Hennessy Popeyes collab.
Wait, what? Whoa. Wait.
You don't know about this?
Wait, no. Are you doing a bit or is this real?
No, I'm not doing a bit. It's not for Ramadan. I think it's actually
I was so confused. I was like, how is Hennessy going to fit in that?
I think it's for Black History Month.
Oh my God, there's
a Popeye
really off. Go on.
Let's see here. There's a Popeye Hennessy collab. Oh no, sorry, it's Don Julio.
That I don't know that. Wow.
It came out January 31st.
And what is it? Is it like chicken flavored?
I'm checking right now.
Tequila?
Oh my God, it's still on the menu. Dude, I can't believe you haven't had this. Oh no, they're sold out.
Fuck.
It's called Tequila Don Julio X Popeyes Championship lineup menu.
Whoa. What's on this menu?
So it's wings, Don Julio Fusion wings. I'm looking at a chicken sandwich here, and then it looks like there's a beverage, but the beverage is, so it's Popeyes X Tequila Don Julio Reposado flavored concha roll chicken sandwich. So it's a concha roll. It's a new kind of roll.
Okay.
There's a concha, I don't know. And then the Popeyes X, is that how you pronounce kind of the X?
What do you mean?
How's it's a collab. It's like Popeyes X.
Yes.
Don Julio. So Popeyes X Don Julio Reposado flavored Louisiana garlic 3-piece wings. And then there is the Popeyes spicy strawberry hibiscus flavored lemonade mocktail. And that is what consists of the Don Julio Popeyes championship lineup.
Look, man, it's a meal of champions. Breakfast of champions.
So you missed that.
I did miss it. And it's the only thing that's sort of a bit shameful is the fact that that's a mocktail. If this was the Taco Bell Cantina, they'd be using that real Don Julio.
That sauce.
Yeah,
have you been so we had to say no to the Popeyes bag because it was a little too small, right?
Yeah.
Was that why we had to say no?
Yeah, and they also wanted us to leave the Subway, and I was like, oh, we can't do that.
We don't fuck with that. And so the collab is what with pickles? Like, I guess they're getting free advertising right now, but it's a pickles collab. Is this under embargo? Are we blowing?
I don't know. That's how I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, should we just stop talking about it and then maybe this has to be edited out? Like,
I don't think it's under embargo.
And by the way, it's their fault. They shouldn't have put it in an email. Like, if you don't want it to be known, don't put it in an email. It's got to be phone calls only.
And it should have said "do not." Like, it should have been in red. It should say "under embargo."
Yeah,
then we would know. Yeah, that was a shame. That was a shame. But I'm not. I'm trying to be more of a classic man.
Oh.
I'm a classic man. And I feel like a Popeyes collab is not the kind of classic that is fitting my current status.
Can you tell me what's classic? I mean, by the way, you have been wearing sharper suits, but what else do you consider? What do you consider else as a classic man?
The Gap. The Gap is a good classic man.
Yeah.
And you know how I know it's a classic man?
How?
The XL. The XL fits me perfectly.
Oh,
And I
Nice.
think men at one point in time were much broader shouldered, broader bellied. They were just big men. And so the Gap makes clothes for men. Whereas many other brands, I've had to, acquire their clothing. I have to get 2XL. I'm not a fat boy. I'm not a 2XL kind of guy, but I think they have, they're skimping on the fabrics, cost cutting. It's like at the grocery store when they put a little more air in the Cheetos bag and a little less Cheetos.
I see.
So the bag
So you're
is the same size.
You're the Cheeto in this analogy?
I'm the Cheeto. I'm the
Nice.
same size, but the size of the bag has gotten smaller to save costs. But the consumer doesn't know. So when I go and get clothes from XYZ and I have to get a double XL, they're essentially saying you're fat and you've gained weight. But in reality, they just are trying to cut costs.
Does it make you feel bad when you order the double XL?
No, I'm always like I always write in the emails because I'm talking about free clothing here. I'll write XL if standard sizing, XXL if new form skinny sizing.
Right. If it's like if you dress only twinks, I need a double XL.
Yes, exactly. And
Got it.
many people dress twinks. I mean, many men are twinks now.
Yeah, many men
Even
are
if they're
twinks.
straight, they're twinks.
Yeah. No, this is not a judgment or even a reflection of anyone's sexual orientation. It's simply body type. Twink.
It's just body type.
Yeah, 100%.
So Gap makes classic fitting clothes, so I'm very happy with them. I think some of the other collabs, I mean, I don't remember what came out recently.
What'd you cop at the Gap?
What did I cop at the Gap? I got a whole kit. Shout out the Gap. I got a trench coat. I got kind of like a nice workman's jacket. I got a sweater. I got 2 pairs of pants, one white, one blue. And then they also hooked me up with a $500 gift certificate. Oh, I got this denim worker's jacket that's actually fleece lined, very warm. And I ran into John Caramonica yesterday at the screening that I went to. And he was very complimentary about that denim jacket. And he was like, I went to the Gap store before I even saw you wearing it in the ad. And I was like, wow, this is a really nice denim jacket. And he was going to buy it for himself. And he agrees. John Caramonica is also a thick, nice, classic man.
He is a classic man. As classic as they come, to be honest.
He's the perfect build.
Yeah.
And so I think he's a Gap man.
Well, he has to be. The fact that he was shopping in the Gap, meaning that he was walking down the street. I don't know if it was intentional. He's like, he left his apartment. I'm going to the Gap. Or he's just walking around. Oh, there's the Gap. Oh, let's see what they're up to. He walks in. He's like, I'm just imagining this. He goes there. He sees the coat, and then he just sort of gently touches the fleece.
Yeah, he
inside.
touches the fleece.
And he's like, oh, this is nice.
I know. And he probably thought in like really beautiful kind of like really nice vocabulary. He didn't say this is nice. He said, this is luxurious.
He probably spent like 5 minutes in front of it talking about it, giving it a review.
Yeah, exactly. And then he didn't buy it because I got everything in 2 sizes. I got XL and double XL. I offered him last night to take over my double XL. And so
is he going to take you up on that?
Of course.
Amazing.
Who doesn't want a free jacket?
That's like a real mitzvah.
I would give it to you, but I don't think you're a double XL.
No, I'm not a double XL. Not at all. No.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't know what I am. My body type is all messed up. I was telling you yesterday, like how I have to go on this fake diet in order to fit into a suit.
Wait, you need to go on the diet because you're too buff, though.
Yeah, well, my body dimensions just don't make any sense. I'm too tall and I'm like awkward, and so
because you're broad-shouldered but skinny waist, you're like Michael Phelps.
A little bit. I mean,
you have a Michael Phelps
not like
body.
That.
You
wish.
pretty much have a Michael Phelps body.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, like things don't fit. Like arms aren't long enough, and then the shoulders may work, but then it's going to be short on me
for your
the
suit,
waist.
for your current suit.
Yeah.
But why would the arms not fit? Have your arms gotten longer?
Well, it's more that like I think because the arms have gotten bigger, it's pulled everything up.
And it's bigger because it's filled with muscles, not because you're fat.
It's filled with those Popeyes muscles, man. So it's a whole thing. So I'm on this fake diet. So by the way, today is day 1 of this diet. So if I seem really ornery and hungry over email, it's probably because I'm starving.
And so what are you going to do? What's the diet consist of?
Well, I'm doing your diet, or I don't know if it's really your diet per se, but like it's whatever, the intermittent fasting. So I'm just like not going to eat anything until, I don't know, like 1 or 2. But then how does this work? Like I have to go out to dinner with a friend tonight. and that dinner's not till 7, so I just shift the whole eating window.
Yeah, but I think the best intermittent fast is like 18 hours. Let me
so
see.
long.
Intermittent fasting. But you sleep through some of it. You know what I
No,
mean?
definitely. But does that mean you're not even eating like a piece of cantaloupe at night?
I mean, it depends on how strict you want to be, but I'd say, extreme people would fast for 18 hours, but like a normal person would fast for 12. Like I think a healthy habit in life is to like if you eat dinner at 7, you shouldn't eat breakfast till 7. I think that's normal, and that's 12 hours.
Yeah, that's very normal. Is that
That's
what people are
normal.
doing already? Is that just called like having to sleep and
That's just living.
having a morning routine?
That's living.
That's called. I got.
But some people don't do that.
Called...
Some people don't do that. Some people eat it at 11 p.m. and then eat again at 8.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a fast.
Snackers.
But
out there.
I think the window. I think the most effective is 18 hours, and you have a small window of eating. That's like pretty much 5 hours. Is that 18 plus 5? What's that?
That's 23.
So you have a 6-hour window of eating. That's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And I think that is an effective but also slightly easy way to lose weight, because it's not that hard, because we're never truly hungry. You know what I mean? Like the body can go without food for like literally 5 months or something.
Is that true?
Yeah, people go on like hunger strikes in prison and stuff, and I don't think you need to eat. I mean, you definitely need water, but you don't need food.
Right. Yeah. No.
So-
yeah. That makes sense.
So to be truly hungry, like we have a feeling of hunger, but it's not real hunger. It's kind of like our body's a spoiled little bitch.
Right.
Because we eat 3 times a day no matter what, whether we're hungry or not. We just like are conditioned to try to eat 3 times a day. But like most of the time, we're not actually hungry. And a lot of people eat simply because they're bored. Like lunch, I think I'm convinced that lunch exists as like a little treat, a little accoutrement to the day, a little something to perk you up for fun. It's like a social thing. But I don't think anyone needs lunch.
What are you talking about?
I think
Of
if
course
you
you
eat
need-
breakfast and dinner, you don't need lunch.
So you're just going to go, but okay. So the whole stretch of the day, which is the most active part of the day. What if you're working outside? What if you're
Like a construction guy?
Yeah, construction. You do all that energy. You're
Sure,
gonna
yes,
eat something.
but we're not doing that. We're guys that sit on fucking laptops and we expend no energy. And the only energy we expend is the energy that we spend walking to lunch
Yeah, we're not working in the coal mines.
and pacing around our fucking apartments. We don't need lunch. We don't need 3 meals a day. Me and you don't even need probably 2 meals a day.
You think we just go one meal and then we're done?
I think that so my grandfather, who was very thin and very healthy, he would eat breakfast and then he would eat an early dinner at like 3 or 4. So he would eat breakfast like 7 or 8. Then he would eat an early dinner at like 3 or 4, or a late lunch, depending on how you want to put it. And then he would have a nice snack kind of at like 8 or 9. And that snack would be fruit. Just literally fruit. That was the only snack. Or maybe that was around 7s. Fruit and tea. And he did that for his whole life. And he was very healthy and very thin. And I think it worked for him.
I love that. I mean, by the way, that diet sounds like an old Asian man. Just eating a lot of fruit every day.
Yeah, fruit is a great thing to eat.
Yeah. Was he buff, though?
He wasn't buff. He was slender.
Yeah, so, see,
he's like a panther.
In 2025, the buff is back in, I think.
No, see, I think that's where we differ in our opinion.
What do you mean?
You think that buff people are in. I think that buff people are not in.
Well, then why does every single thing that you could ever consume or buy at a grocery store is infused with protein? Everything is plus protein.
Not really.
The yogurt has extra protein. The beverages have extra protein.
That's marketing,
Everyone's talking about protein these days, man.
King, that's marketing.
That's
literally marketing, King.
But don't you think
because then you see protein and you go, oh, that's healthy, even if it's not. Like there's like chips, like regular potato chips, and they're like 7 grams of protein, literally.
Well, then, by the way, I had those chips. I own those chips.
It worked on you.
I guess so. I just chipped my way into getting buff. No, but
I really think it's marketing.
So you don't, but okay, but the large thing is you don't think buff is in. You think twink is still in, but that we just established
I
that's
don't
not
think
the
twink
case
is
based
in
off,
or
based
buff.
off
No.
what's in normal?
Yes.
You think normal is back in?
I think normal is yes. I think norm core, norm body. I think just like being normal is in.
Is that
I
just
think
because like effort is out?
no, effort is in. You don't want to be fat. You don't want to be obese and chunky. And you don't want to look like you know how in style you don't want to look like you tried too hard?
Yes.
The problem with being buff is that you permanently look like you've tried a lot, actually. It's hard to get buff. So when I see a guy on the beach that's buff, I'm like, you have not been working out your brain because you've been too busy working out your body. I'm serious.
And a question, when you see a buff guy, are you like, oh, I would be friends with him, or you're like, I wouldn't be friends with that guy?
I don't really judge a book based on its cover. I would
You
probably
literally just did. You literally just did. But go on.
No. I'm saying that is a fact. I mean, to get buff, you have to work out, which means you have to spend at least an hour a day in the gym, minimum. But to be truly buff, I think you're spending 2 hours a day. Like to have bulging muscles, there's a difference between being fit and being buff.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I'm not
be
buff. I'm not buff.
No, you're not buff, but you're fit.
Yeah.
But I think if to be buff, you are sitting in the gym for a lot of hours. And that means that you are valuing your vanity because you don't need to be buff to be healthy. It means that it's vanity muscles. And that means
It
that
is
you
100%.
are sitting there working out when I'm out there in the streets learning, talking to people, understanding life, understanding, pondering existential crises and thoughts, trying to solve the world's greatest problems, and you're just lifting heavy fucking metal.
What I'm imagining this walk that you're on, where you're contemplating all of the world's issues. What are these types of big world existential challenges that you're thinking about? Just as you're casually walking.
Starvation, war, homelessness, crime, democracy in general, tax fraud. Like, how do I actually avoid paying taxes? That one's less existential.
It's like the tax fraud that I can do myself.
No, it's not fraud. It's just like, how do I do the loopholes? I just want to be able to do the loopholes as well as the greatest loophole doers.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I think that if other people are taking advantage of the loopholes, I also want to take advantage of the loopholes.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't want to do anything illegal.
No. We're not doing that. But I mean, the loopholes exist there. It's just the rules of the game. And if people change the loopholes, then you change the way that you play the game. So I get that. I get that.
I think we forgot to talk about Jane Goodall.
We should talk about her. She's incredible.
She's truly incredible. She was so quiet. It was a really challenging episode for me because I was like, she's short and quiet. So I'm like, well, I'm literally the whole time I'm leaning in, trying to hear what she's saying, and she was filled with great knowledge. But it was difficult. It was probably one of the more difficult episodes I've ever done. But of course, it was an honor and a pleasure to meet the GOAT, one of the scientific goats of the universe. It's kind of like it's like having Stephen Hawking on SubwayTakes, R.I.P.
No, I mean she's definitely incredible. And look, by the way, I thought you did a bang up job, but I could tell, that when you were getting in the groove with her, like you guys were kind of flirting a little bit when you guys were talking about her movie. Not gonna lie, right?
I'm also not gonna lie. I will tell you this: Jane Goodall has been in contact with me. After the episode.
Oh, interesting. She slid in the DMs.
We have kept in touch. She slid in the emails.
Oh, professional.
It was a little. She's crossing the line a little bit. She was crossing the line a little bit.
I love that.
Dear Kareem, I'll read a little bit, just a little.
Yeah, just a snippet. Respect the privacy.
Dear Kareem, meeting you and chatting on the subway was a highlight. What a great idea you had to make these meetings. That's all I'm going to give you.
No, I like to see what she's like a proper lady.
And then she sent her sign off is sending love.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think she uses that for everyone, Kareem. I don't mean to, burst her bubble, but I think she sends that sign off to everyone.
No, dude. And then recently, her like, one of the people on her team, Mia, said, let's see here. She said, like, Jane won't stop talking about you, something like that. So
that's sick.
So I'm in good standing with
You're in good standing
with the team. But yeah, I mean, I was so happy that episode turned out okay. Literally it says this. P.S. She still has a major crush on you, Kareem.
Dude, that's sick.
I know.
Maybe she will cast you in the movie. She'll find you a role.
I hope so. I could play an ape. Just change into Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. It's just
she was great. Like, she was really funny and fun. She's never seen Jurassic Park, which I think is weird, though. That's the one weird thing about her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I really think the Laura Dern character is based on her.
Oh, 100%. If you look at photos,
those fits.
Yeah, the fit is the bandana tied around the neck, the denim shirt tied into the khaki shorts with the boots.
That's literally Jane Goodall's iconic look.
100%. They made a fucking Lego about her, and that's what the Lego looks like.
I think that she is probably protesting Jurassic Park because they obviously based that character on her and probably did not reach out.
Right, and she's too classy to even jump in the fray about saying something.
She ain't got time for that shit. She ain't got time for that shit. I will say it's kind of like Substack using my image and likeness on the homepage of the App Store.
Oh,
without my permission.
Yeah, I mean,
and without a bag.
That is without a bag, but you know what? This is where they probably got you on the terms and conditions.
That they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
with my image and likeness.
Did you read the terms and conditions?
Of course not. Do you read terms and conditions?
No, absolutely not. I ain't got
but
time
I guess
for that
the thing
either.
is, who would have thought? You know,
Oh,
like usually you don't need to read the terms and conditions because the terms are inconsequential to a regular, civilian. But now that I'm talent, I should probably start reading the terms and conditions.
Yeah, just send that to your lawyer.
I should. I mean, I'm literally on the homepage of.
Dude,
if you type in Substack on the App Store, I'm the second image. In the
I'm
App
just
Store.
imagining. I'm just imagining you every time you now sign up for software, you just forwarding the terms and conditions to Carrie and being like, "Yo, can you review this and let me know if I can sign up for this 10-day free trial for All Trails?"
Hey, dude, I'm downloading a new app. Every time I download a new app, hey, dude, I'm gonna need you to read this. Hey, I'm gonna need you to work this weekend because I'm downloading a new app. I actually downloaded an app for my baby yesterday, and I didn't even read the terms and conditions.
Fuck, dude. What if Sufi shows up on the front page of the app now?
Oh God, I don't know, man. 60 degrees today.
Crazy.
It's great.
Love that. I walked around all day. Well, not all day. That's a lie. But I walked from our shoot yesterday to my apartment, and it was a lovely walk.
It's a great walk. It's a great
walk.
We're out.
It was sunny. I felt great, except for my peeling face, which makes me a hideous monster. But besides that, it was really wonderful to be outside, I have to say.
That's great. I got to do that today, but I can't.
Why not? What do you got going on today?
I'm in back-to-backs all day until about 1:30, and then I have to go record a podcast. So at least I'll get out of the house a little bit from 1:30 to pretty much 5. I'll be out of the house. Not bad.
Where's the recording at?
So far away. 55th Street.
Oh, are you going to drive?
No, I'm going to take the train because I'm sure parking up there is shit.
Right on.
And
that makes
I
sense.
can't afford congestion pricing anymore.
It's $9, man. It's terrible.
I know, but I also have to pay a toll.
Oh,
so for me, it's $15 to get into the city.
Each way?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But I have to pay. I think I have to pay the toll on the way home. I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, that's a spicy meatball.
I found myself taking an Uber yesterday because I was just like, I mean, I'm gonna pay fucking $40 anyways. Might as well get some extra screen time.
I've got enough time to zap my brain.
Well,
and
on
not be
those days
present.
that we shoot, which we shot a lot yesterday,
Yeah, it was a lot.
I don't get. I have to check. I literally have to check my emails and my texts, and it piles up, and then all of a sudden I've got 140 texts and 45 unread emails. So I can't drive because I can't text and drive, and I can't take the train because then I don't really have service. So my only option. I mean, I do a lot of business. I do a lot of
No,
business.
you're a businessman.
I'm a businessman, so I mean, we should hire a driver.
I know. I mean,
Anyways,
I think
are we done?
Oh shit, we've gone way past. But we did cover we did cover the episode, which is good. There was a special thing. And by the way, just so you know, because I was on the shoot, it was like, whoa, putting all jokes aside around Popeyes, when we were at that shoot with Jane, I was like, oh, this show kind of has like done something here.
It has Riz.
It has Riz.
It has
really
Riz. The show is
so it was very
Rizzed.
cool. Yeah, it has
I mean,
Rizzed.
I think Kate Blanchett is really like the show has more Riz than any other show.
It's crazy.
That is an A+ lister.
Yeah,
She doesn't even have Instagram.
I know when her team said that, I was
So
like, oh my
sick.
god, she's incredible.
She's so sick.
She's so sick.
Like,
wait, are
that's
you
how
on that
know
email
you're
thread?
iconic. Am I on it?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No, how do you know that she has no Instagram?
Oh, then I guess I am on it.
Okay.
Also, young Ramy with the third camera angle.
Yep.
It's gonna look sick.
I can't wait to see what that Uncut looks like.
Uncut. SubwayTakes Uncut.
More Riz.
Should we get the Rizzler on?
We should get the Rizzler on.
I don't know if we should get the Rizzler.
Well, to be honest, they're everywhere. They really are everywhere.
Who's they? Why are you calling him they?
The whole team.
Rizzler is not they.
No, not a they them, but I'm saying the whole crew.
Yeah, those fellas, they're really taking advantage of the moment.
Yeah, they're making the rounds.
But I like the Rizzler, and I like his father, and I think the Rizzler deserves all the success in the world. He is a really enlightened kind of Buddha-esque figure, both literally and figuratively and metaphorically. The other guys, they're not for me. They're not for me. The Costco guys are not for me. I don't think I'd have them on SubwayTakes or SubwayTakes Uncut or even just my personal Instagram or lunch. Whereas with the Rizzler, I would lunch, dinner, breakfast. I would have 3 meals a day with him. I would put him on SubwayTakes. I'd put him on SubwayTakes Uncut. I'd invite him to this podcast, whatever this is.
Rolling out the red carpet.
I mean, he's fire.
Let's do it.
Let's get him in here.
All right. Well, look, enjoy the wonderful day out. It's sunny out. I'm gonna fire
I'll
this
literally
out to
be
our
in
new
my
editor.
basement. I'm in my basement until 1:30.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I am too, actually, but such is life.
Such is life.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye. Don't close the window.
Oh, fuck. Okay, right.
But I think you can stop just every time.
I just don't know how this works. Okay, hit this button.